Hello everyone, how are you? Here I am sharing my December daily for 2025, my finished project. Once again, this year I bought the Ali Edwards album 10 by 8 and the main kit. Here I have all my project. I also worked with a lot of goodies from Rosie's Studios, papers, die cuts, embellishments, a lot of cool things that I got online, and here I am sharing with you. So usually in my album I like to use the inside cover to add some more pictures. Firstly, I went with a table of contents, but then when I made this picture I decided to use it as the opening of my album. So how did I made this? You upload a picture of your Christmas tree, preferably with people, and you take the picture from the back, and then I'll tell you why. And then you go to ChatGPT, you uploaded the picture and ask ChatGPT to turn the picture into a Norman Rockwell painting. So then it gives you this vintage vibe. Why you should make take the picture at the back? Because when you do use the faces, and when you can see the faces, because it's artificial intelligence, it will not look like the person. The face will not look like you, okay? It's going to be a better version, most likely, but still, it's not you, okay? So that's why please take it from the back, because it's easier to see all the silhouettes and all the things. But I really like how it turned out, so I decided to use it over here. And I use it all the things that I have in my stash from previous kits, Ali Edwards previous kits, and I decided to use it and document and tell just a little bit about how Christmas turned out this year. I document if I have my family over all together by Christmas Day, I only document up to the 25. If I only have my my family coming over by the 31st, I will document and tell stories until the 31st. So this year it went by the 31st, and this is what I have. So it's pretty chunky, as I like it. Yes, it looks like an alligator's mat. I really like how it turned. And I'm going to open it so it's going to be easier to show to you. So this is my reason why I worked with a lot of embossing here to make and use all the holes here from the reeds. These are things from the Ali Edwards main kit. And here I just cut a slit and hid my reason why. At the back I have a picture of the family this year, so pretty cool. This is one of the reasons that I love this size. I can use big pictures all through the album, and some of the times the stories that I tell are a big picture and just a slit where I hid my journaling, and it's perfect. I really love some of the pages that I have here. I made it in advance, so I did some prepping, like this one for example. Here I have a carousel. I really love to add some cool elements, interactive elements to my album. It gives just a little bit of wow that I really like. And this page here, were we naughty, were we nice? So we have here written the things that we made through 2025. If we are naughty, we are not, or we are nice. So this is a pretty cool thing also to add to the album. At the back, so story number 1, we went to a breakfast spot that we like, and we took some pictures, and it's pretty cool. I like to take pictures not only of the faces but what we are doing. This year my husband and my son, they were playing chess through the phone, so I really like to capture what we are doing more than the faces, if I make sense. Here, this is a shaker tag. I really love to add some shaker elements too, and this one also has some pluses. So first, I like to use the acetate to help me bind my pages and my smaller projects to the album. Sometimes I don't like to pierce holes in these smaller elements. I think it reduces them in size just a little bit, so I use the acetate to help me bind it. I think it's pretty cool how it turns out. Here I have a tag, quite nice, but I also have a fun element. I made a pop-up tag. So I had some die-cut film strips. I used smaller pictures. This is what I like, working with several sizes of pictures, big, medium, small. Add some journaling, and that's it. So I think it turns out pretty nice. It's something that I really love in my album. Story number 2, just a little bit of bah humbug, and here I have picture, a slit, and the story hidden. So very, very nice. Story number 3, my cats and the tree adventure. So this is what I have here written. Story number 4, about another Christmas tree that I got, a smaller Christmas tree, and this was the first year I had the elves around the house. I did not make the elf on the shelf, but it was pretty cool to have these little guys around here. So this is me telling the story. I like to use big pictures, work on the page, but also sometimes I go and work on inside the page protectors when I have smaller elements, or when I do have a lot of pictures, and the pocket protectors help me to tell the story and help me to organize all the materials. So story number 5, day number 5, day number 6, they work here. Also used the Ali Edwards cards part 1, part 2, because I wanted to share the day. One thing happened in one spot, another thing happened in another spot, so it helped me to tell the story. Story number 7. Sometimes I also like to work with numbers and draw the numbers in paper. And here, story number 7, I have number 7 cut out, but inside is filled with the smaller pictures of this activity that I made with my daughter, just playing around with the lights and having fun with it. And here is the journaling. So I think it's a cool idea also in a story to have several sizes of pictures, and it gives a little contrast for what we are telling. I think it turns out nice. Another big picture, just cutting a slit in the in the tray, the wooden tray, and I have the journaling hidden right here. Nice. Another story that I have for day number 9. So I went for a Christmas card exchange, handmade cards, and I had to make 24 cards, and at the day number 9 I received all of them. So the pretty cool is I made a paper envelope, all decorated and telling the stories. I laid all the postcards and took a picture of them. I cannot hold them here, all the 24 in the album, but with a picture I can. So this is how I documented it, and this is the model that I made. I made 24 cards, and I went and had a lot of fun with watercolors, and I designed some Christmas lights. I saw some tutorials on YouTube, and I think it turned out pretty cool. And then I only wrote Merry Christmas, Feliz Natal, and made the cards and sent to all the girls. So I think it's pretty cool to document this. Also, once again, using the acetate to not pierce my project. At the back, telling another story, story number 10. It's about the Christmas tree that I got this year. This is a pop-up Christmas tree, pretty cool. And because I have 3 cats and they really love to go inside the Christmas tree, they broke me 2 Christmas trees. So this year I got this one, and it works. They did not get inside of that, because the inside of the tree, the inside of it is hollow. So therefore the cats cannot climb. So this is a plus. Things that I like to do before December starts. I like to prepare some pages. I like to prepare some interactivities, because I have the time to do so. Because in December The thing that I like is to take the most out of the month, take the most out of the days, and have everything prepped. Really gives me the chance to enjoy my December month with the family, with friends, with all the activities that I have. And if I have everything prepared, I just came and put the picture, tell the story, and that's done. So this is what another thing that I made in advance, a cup. So I made this interactive element, again with the acetate to help me not pierce my project. This is an interactive cup, so I can open it, I can tell the story of my cups. This year I made some chocolate, hot chocolate, but maybe the recipe wasn't good enough because it was not that tasty how it looks. Maybe it's my fault, but if you have some cool hot chocolate recipes, please do share. And this is me telling this story, and this is what I like to do. I like to work on some things in advance, and I know the stories that I want to tell, some of the things that I want to document, so I work in advance considering those things, preparing some pages for that, so I can have time, more free time, for what I really like is to enjoy the December. Another cool thing is taking advantage of the paper. So in the main kit I have this paper with these frames, these smaller frames. I really like to use the papers that with this design, with a grid design, to tell a story, and with a lot of pictures. So I print them in a small size, I fussy cut them, I go inside and place them on the spots. I have a lot of fun playing with stickers, puffy stickers. I really love it, and tell just a little bit of the story, and therefore I have a day documented. Pretty cool. So for story number 12, so some of the stories happen on that day that I have the number, and some of them don't, and I'm completely fine with that. For story number 12, I'm telling the story of the gifts this year. Big picture, hidden journaling, and things that I got. So one cool idea is to I gifted some of these boxes with some cool things like Pringles, like roasted almonds, little chocolates, little cookies, and I called it the bad day kit. So when you have a bad day, please open this box and have fun with the treats that I have here for you. So I think it was a cool idea to do this year. Another cool thing that I made, so I made this gift pocket, okay, again with the acetate, and I have here my tag with some pictures of things that I got this year for my friends and family, so everything hidden, of course. And this is some pictures of the boxes that I gave, the Christmas bags that I have, things that I like to have. And another cool thing that I really like to do is sometimes I print two pictures, big pictures. One is for the base, the other one is for the top, and in the one that goes on the top to make a flap, I remove just 1 inch each side, and then I glue them. I glue the picture over here, and I hide it with a little bit of washi tape, and I match one picture on top of the other. Why do I do this? So I removed 1 inch each side because at the moment when I'm doing this, I'm not sure in which side I'm going to pierce the holes to bind it to the album. That's why I leave my options open and I prepare my pages in advance like this, so leaving room each side to pierce the holes. And I do this throughout the project with my pages, with my prep pages that I do. For this one specifically, I got this year a t-shirt with sentiments about Christmas for each one of the families. So each sentiment represents how the the person feels about Christmas, and I think it's pretty cool. Most likely to hate matching t-shirts. Granny Claus, Grandpa Claus, most likely to be on the nice list, most likely to call himself a gift. Naughty or nice, an attempt was made. So most likely to be on the naughty list, most likely to tell Santa what to do, most likely to spend too much money on Christmas gifts, most likely to take too many pictures. Of course, this is me. And 4 stages of life: you believe in Santa, you don't believe in Santa, you are Santa, and you look like Santa. This one for my husband. So I think it's something pretty cool that we have. So, and I asked all the family to take pictures with the t-shirts and send it to me so I could put in the album. So this was on the 24th. We all used the Christmas t-shirts for dinner, and also the family that was away sent their pictures with it. So I think it's pretty cool. For story number 13, my son went with his colleagues to a trip to Porto, and I decided to document this. So it was something fun that he did with his friends. Story number 14, a tag shape page. I like to work with several sizes of pages, and I really like how it looks to have a big picture or a full page in one side, a big picture or a full page in the other side, and in the middle just breaking it, something with a different size. I think it adds a cool element to the album. Here is a tag. The tag has a flap telling the story, all the pictures. And also in the backstory, number 15, it's about something that me and my daughter were talking about Christmas, because who makes Christmas? The magic of Christmas. We make the magic of Christmas. And I was telling her about this, how we can make the magic for someone else. Ornaments, story number 16. So I handmade these ornaments. They have decoupage paper, they have some modeling paste. I used paints, and I used ribbons, and jingle bells. So I think it worked. It was something cool. These were I wanted to use these ornaments as a base for a gift, because they did open, but once I painted them, the painted glued and sealed, and I could not open them, because my idea was to gift these to the kids with a little chocolate, some money, and I think it would be something cool to have on the Christmas tree, and telling them, get your present, or your present is already on the Christmas tree. But it did not work. But well, I have cool ornaments on my tree, so I think it went okay. Once more, big picture, just a slit, and here I have the hidden journaling. They're pretty cool to do this also. Just make the slit where you don't see it, using one of the picture's elements that have. And another cool thing is, once you glue your die cut or your sentiment or whatever you want to help you pull the tag, just glue it just a little bit, to allow the rest of the paper or the rest of the element to overlap and help to hide the slit that you have. See? Let me see if it works okay, if you can spot it on the image. I hope so. So, also pretty cool. Story number 17, and it worked. It happened on the 17th. So we went to Lisbon. Lisbon is very well decorated for Christmas. It was so fun to see the city. A lot of Christmas lights, a lot of activities, Christmas market at the Rocio. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I decided to document all the things that we did, and I used this paper from last year with smaller pictures to help me tell the stories, and I just put some lettering over here, and it's done. So this, I had a lot of luck with this picture. So this is a Christmas tree in the center, all lighting up pretty nice, and I found and I stopped by to cross the street, and this was there, and I said, this looks amazing picture for me to take, and I took the picture, and of course I had to put it on my December daily. And all everybody together. I like to use the page protectors for more pictures and to help tell stories and to help play a little bit with picture sizes. I use these golden frames here to frame the journaling that I wanted to write about these. So, and I also added some washi tape on the top and bottom just to give you a little bit of flair for decoration. Story number 18. I made a shaker. I like to work with numbers, and sometimes I like to draw numbers, whether it's for a shaker, whether it's to hold pictures. I really like to work with this. So story number 18 is about a prize that my son got. So that's the story. Story number 19, the Christmas card my husband made. My husband is a diver, scuba diver. He takes pictures down below, and he used one of his pictures to make the Christmas card. Story number 20. I also shared this on my Instagram account and on the December Daily Face group profile. I really love carousels. It's something that I have a lot of fun doing it, and I think it adds a little more interactivity to the album. And this documents the Christmas movies. I used I pierced these holes with with my Bite-It All. I made these holes here in a strip of paper, and then I printed this and I glued it here, the films, the movies that I wanted to see. Of course, most of the December was some movies, Harry Potter also, and also dedicated to Stranger Things, which I tell the story a little bit further. Back of the story, story 21. For the 22, we made our Christmas photo session. Also, this page, I like to work with pages that have some of the stripes, so I can cut them. I can cut and hide more things, and I can put more pictures. I can put journaling. I really like to have fun with this. This is also another carousel. I also shared it on my Instagram account and the Face group page. I like to work with it. I added these cool frames from Rosie Studios over here, and the big picture, and using the pocket pages for some more pictures. The back of the 23rd, a big picture and something small to tell the story. On the 24th, I received this Christmas card, so I decided to add it over here also. For the 24th, so 24th, Christmas Eve, we're all together around the table, and of course, big picture. And one thing that I really love to do is the menu page, because it's something nice that we have around. It's the food that we serve on the 24th, all family together around the food that we do with a lot of love. So of course we have to document the food. So last year I made a menu page. I decided to do it again this year. Just made a wreath with some circle die cuts. I have a nesting die, a circle nesting die, and I took advantage of it to cut several papers with these dies, and I built the wreath. Then I decorated with some gingerbread stickers, some stickers and some sentiments related to food, and here it is. So I have some things documented, and here it is, the menu page. And one thing that I like to do, like I said previously, when I make my pages and all these interactive elements, I always leave like 1 inch each side, because I don't know at the moment which side I'm going to pierce the holes to save it. So, and this allows me the freedom to choose when or where do I want to use and place the page in my album. I think it's something cool that you can also take advantage for your project. Page protectors, having fun with page protectors. So the journaling, some cool pictures, the stars elements, some stickers from previous kits, the presents, the acetate presents, gifts this year. Also some hidden journaling here at the back, hidden journaling and hidden pictures also. And finishing out the 24 with the big picture us with our Christmas t-shirts. Cool. Another element, this was from previous years. This circle telling the story about our karaoke adventure on the 24th. It was pretty cool. And I also got here some pom-pom trim. This year it was hard for me to find the smaller pom-pom trim. I did not find it. I only got this bigger one. It gives a lot of volume inside here in the album. I only use it in 2 or 3 pages, no more than that. I really like the pom-pom trim, but this one, because it's a little bit bigger, it gives a more bulkier finish to the album, so I did not use it that much. Story number 25 for the 25. See how cool the day is. See the sun. Can you feel the sun? Can you feel the warmth? No wind, so the sea was flat. So pretty cool. On the 25th, me and my husband went for walking, and I took this picture. The day was perfect. I have here some journaling about that. So it was something cool to document all this nice day. Story number 26. So of course I had to do something about Stranger Things. So this is a Netflix series that we followed, me and my daughter, and we were waiting for the last episodes. In the United States, the last episodes, I think they came out in December 25th. Here in Europe, in Portugal, we had access to them on the 26th, and this was what we were looking at. And I documented the story. This is a Christmas tree for Stranger Things. My cousin is in London, and she took this picture and sent it to me because we really love the series, and it was something cool. So the Christmas tree has some elements from the series, and this is quite nice. To give just a little bit of decoration, and who follows this series understands, so I got these Christmas lights garden, small Christmas garden that I decided to incorporate over here. I just stapled it around the page, and here it is. I think it turns pretty cool. For day 27, my daughter was having fun, not with the gingerbread house because we could not find one, but she had fun with a chalet kit from chocolates from Kit Kat. This is quite nice. But something happened to our chocolates. One of them broke, so instead of a house, she made a garage. Pretty cool. So she had a lot of fun working with it, and we had a lot of fun then eating it. So I think it was a good business that we made. New Year's Eve, so the last story that I have here to tell, all family around, big picture, hidden journaling, a card from previous kits telling the 6 top things of this this gathering. Story is here, the story is told. And another thing that I did this year, usually I don't, but I decided, yes, I'm going to do this year. So napkins. Napkins is a cool thing to document because each year I have different napkins through the holidays, but I never documented them. And this year I decided, why not? I'm going to save one element of each. And I'm going to put inside this page protector. And here are the napkins for 2025 holidays. So, and this ends the album. Finishing, so this was the table of contents that I made to put in the previous inside cover, but because I saw that Norman Rockwell model, I decided to use it over there. I think it looks pretty cool to start the album with that. And I'm leaving the table of contents over here. I just need to write a few things, and that's it. So this was made with a lot of Rosie Studios goodies, all these banners, all these puffy stickers, the numbers, everything. They had a pretty cool collection this year, so I decided to go for it. And this is my album. So I hope to inspire you, give you some ideas for those of you who are making your album. I really love to work and finish during the December. That's why I make pages in advance. I like to have fun, creative fun in advance, and then enjoy all the December and finish the project. I really love to use the big pictures, everything like this, because throughout the year I work with memory planning, and I work with a happy planner, and I use only small pictures. In my December, this telling the stories, I think it's pretty cool. This is the size that I really love. So I really love to work with the 10 by 8 because of the option that I have to work with big pictures. Also the option that I have to work with several sizes of pages and inserts. So what I like to do, I think it's pretty fun to have a big picture in one side, a big picture in another, and in the middle just breaking it as something small, a cool element that I made. Yeah, whether it's a cup, it's a gift, it's a tag, anything. I think it helps to break, to break and to give more interest to the whole album, and have several different elements. I really love, and I hope you get inspired to do something like this too. If you're not familiar with the project, please go ahead and check it out. It's very nice. It's something that I do for some years, that I've been doing some Ali Edwards albums. I think it's pretty cool, so please go ahead, check yourselves, and I hope you like this album and get also inspired. Thank you so much. See you next time.